You're not behind on AI, not even close. Most people using it today are barely using it at all. By the end of this video, you'll understand it better than 90% of them. And if you stay to the end, you'll be in the top 1%. I sold my AI company for millions at age 30, and I'm now helping thousands of people go from lost to getting real results with AI. But here's the truth. There are only two ways that this goes. It's either you plus AI or you versus AI. Path one gives you more time, ideally more money, more leverage back. Whereas you versus AI is a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety. One gives you back time, the other gives you stress. Today, I'll show you 5 skills to make sure you're on the right side. But first, hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next training. Skill number 1 is to ask AI before you Google or ask anyone else. Typically, when you encounter a problem or you're confused about how to do something, a person's knee-jerk reaction is to feel frustrated, confused. They might try to search on Google, but Google's littered with all these different ads and links you might accidentally click, or you reach out to asking somebody else, someone you perceive to be an expert or a guru. So when you have a question or you have a problem, instead of asking other people or searching on Google or just feeling stuck, right? Instead of this first path, what you need to do is develop the habit of asking AI first before any of these other paths. Not sometimes, but every single time. Make it a habit to have AI give you additional information, to use AI to challenge your thinking, identify your weak spots in your argument, identify missing data. If you're watching this video, I want you to go to ChatGPT or Claude right now and ask it the last thing that you turned to someone else to tell you. Once you master this skill and make this your default habit, now you're going to be using AI on a daily basis. And the next rule makes or breaks everything else. Skill number 2 is don't believe everything AI says. AI sounds super confident even when it's flat out wrong. Okay, AI has been trained. It is designed to please you even when it doesn't know the answer. As an example, earlier this week, I asked AI about my company, Blotato, and it totally hallucinated revenue numbers, all of this other stuff about my company. And the worst part is it hallucinated all of this with a smile, like it was 1000% confident in its answer. But I knew that the information was correct because I run the company, so I know what the actual numbers are. But AI, the more you use it, the more you will realize there are many cases where it's hallucinating information way too confidently, and unless you're a domain expert in that particular area or topic, it can be really hard to tease out what is correct versus what is incorrect. And so as an exercise, I want you to go back to your last long conversation with ChatGPT. Try to find different claims or different things that maybe sound fishy or too good to be true. And then what I want you to do is ask 2 other AI tools. Take that claim and ask ChatGPT whether it's accurate. Ask Claude whether it's accurate. Ask Perplexity, which is great for research, whether it's accurate, and see if all 3 of these AI tools converge at the same answer. You always want to make sure you verify it. That's a general good step. And by the way, you would do the same thing with people. Like, do you just trust everything that everybody tells you? I hope not, because a lot of people just say stuff very confidently and like don't know what they're talking about. Skill number 3 is to give AI the whole story. Most people will type a really simple prompt and give it 2 words. For example, write post. That's like all the context that they'll give it. What topic should it be about? What is the language style you like to use? Is it for a particular social platform? Is it for a particular purpose? Do you want a CTA at the end of your post? How long should the post be? There are all of these other pieces of context, which if you were communicating to a human being, you would give that person all of this additional instruction. So most people, when interacting with AI, will just give it a really generic and vague plan. And as a result, you'll just get a vague post, and AI will not be sure what you actually wanted to write about. The correct way to do this is to feed in a lot of context. So what I like to do is this simple framework. It's nothing fancy, called TICA. So I like to specify what is the task. Okay, let's say it's write a social media post for LinkedIn. I is for information. Add in additional information. So for example, what's your business? who's your audience? Who is this post for? What's the topic of the post, okay? C is for constraints. For example, for my LinkedIn post, I like to have the first sentence, the hook, fewer than 10 words max, so that can be a constraint. If for your business, you're not targeting a particular audience, you could add that as a constraint. And the last letter A is for ask me clarifying questions. I love to append this at the end of many prompts so that always ask me lots of clarifying questions in case I haven't given it enough context, enough information. So by doing this, AI will have so much more information about who you are, your brand voice, what is the purpose of this post, what is the topic of the post, and you're going to get a higher quality piece of output as a result. So as a next step, I want you to type any prompt into ChatGPT or Claude. So you can type anything you want and then add this to the end of your prompt. What do you need from me to give your best answer? Type any task you want, give it to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI tool you use, it doesn't matter. And then at the end of your prompt, you're going to append this sentence. What do you need from me to give your best answer? AI is going to tell you, hey, all of this context would be helpful if you could provide that. Then go ahead and provide it and then see the output you get. You're going to get way higher quality output by feeding in high quality input, high quality context to begin with. But there's still one mistake most people make that cancels all of the progress we've talked about so far. I frequently meet people who are paying for like 20 different AI tools, barely using any of them, and then feeling FOMO every time they go on Instagram or Twitter and they see a new AI tool come out that all of the influencers are paid to talk about. And so they buy another AI tool, don't really learn it, don't make meaningful progress using AI to create more income, to save time, or to build leverage. And then they feel like they're falling behind. Okay, this is a systemic problem, but the solution here is to pick one tool and go really, really deep on it. In 2026, I'm going to be honest with you, most of you should probably be picking Claude, which experienced an 80x growth last quarter. So instead of picking 20 different tools, okay, you're just gonna focus on really learning deeply one. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have some other tools lying around. Some tools are good for a specific purpose, like you might want to use a dedicated tool for generating avatar clips, right? Claude natively doesn't really do that, okay? That's okay, but just pick one as your primary tool and commit to it for the rest of the year. One tool is how you build mastery. There's no other way. You really have to put in the time, the reps, and the practice, just like learning an instrument. Like you would learn one instrument before learning 3 instruments, okay? Jumping between tools isn't research. That's your excuse in your head. It's procrastination. I have been using Claude Code for over 1 year, longer than most influencers you're watching right now. And every day I still feel like I'm learning something new and that there's so much more I could be doing with Claude Code. But it doesn't matter whether it's Claude Code or you want to stick to the Gemini ecosystem or you want to stick to OpenClaw. Okay, whatever it is, just pick one tool and go really, really deep on it. Like actually try to implement it within your business or in your day-to-day life. Actually figure out how to use it to save you 15 hours per week. Now you've chosen one tool that you're going to master in 2026. Now here's how to make it do real work for you. This is the most important skill to understand to save hours per week and build meaningful leverage and increase your income. You need to learn how to let AI do things for you. You don't want to stay stuck asking AI for advice. It's going to tell you all these different things you should do. And before you know it, you'll have like a 100-page plan of all of the things you're supposed to do. And you're going to do almost none of it for sure. The shift here is you need to connect AI to the tools you actually use so it can do the things that you actually spend your time doing. Very honestly, 2 years ago, this did not work well. Most people were over here in the before phase for a good reason, because you would ask AI like, hey, what should I do? Okay, and AI would give you, let's say, a plan or a social media post, okay? But then you would still have to go and do all of the work yourself. And now what you can do is connect AI to the tools you use, like your Gmail tool, your social media tools, your marketing tools, your CRM. You can connect it to all of these different tools, and it can do the work for you. It can read your email, it can draft replies, okay? Instead of just telling you, here's what you should copy paste over there. It can even flag things that are urgent or high priority. And this is the difference. I like to use marketing as an example here because I think it's an example like everybody can understand. In the old way of doing things, say 2 years ago, you're yapping with ChatGPT and you guys would talk about like your idea for a post. You'd create a draft. Maybe you'd go into Canva and create a carousel to accompany your text post, and then you'd have to post it on social media. And the thing here is that AI is really just helping you kind of like come up with the idea and come up with the text portion, the draft. You still had to make any final changes, manually create this carousel, and manually post it to social media. But now when you connect AI tools to the tools you use, you can actually connect AI to Canva. You can connect AI to social media schedulers like Blotato. You can connect AI to other tools that monitor viral videos in your niche. You can connect AI to different tools that contain your brand voice. You can connect AI to all of these things, and it can do all of these things now without your human manual intervention. And that's the biggest difference that I try to teach now. This is really the unlock in terms of saving hours per week, making more money, and building leverage. So a very simple version of this, if you're a Claude user, okay, so go to Claude.ai. On the left sidebar, okay, there's going to be a button that says customize. Click on that. You're going to see two options, skills or connectors. So just click connectors. And what I keep calling tools are what is called connectors here. It's basically allowing Claude to access the apps that you use. So you're going to add a new connector and choose your email client, whether it's Gmail or Outlook. Go ahead and add it to Claude. Okay, it's not going to be able to send emails automatically, just as a precaution, but it will be able to read emails, analyze them for priority, and even write drafts. So all you have to do is go to draft and send them out. Email is very, very sensitive, so that's why it's not allowed to send emails. But if you install a connector like Blotato, for example, you connect your social accounts to Blotato, and Claude can post for you automatically. It can manage your entire content calendar from within Claude. You know, create the captions for each post, create the visuals like the infographics, images. You might have to like manually upload photos from your laptop, your phone over to the social media platform, and then figure out all the time slots you want to post. You can just tell Claude to do all that. And that's the beauty. So like start with a simple use case like this so that you really understand number 5, how to get AI to do things for you. These 5 habits are not about being technical. They're about how you collaborate with AI. And like I said at the beginning, you plus AI leads to more time, more revenue, and more leverage. And if you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next training.